In this daily drop, we're going to talk about shooting B-roll or general views, also called GVs. So let's go. I just wanted to talk a little bit about B-roll or general views, which is of course important when you're building a story for any video that you're shooting. So I'm going to go ahead and dip to black and flip the camera over and we'll have a chat. All right, everybody. I would say that about 80% of production, besides scouting and picking locations, is about patience, and I've run out of it at this point because we have to get to our next location. But we're just going to embrace with that motivated shot of cars the sound that we're hearing in the background. And I just want to talk about shooting B-roll or general views, GVs, when you're in a location. Now, we've kind of lost the magic light that was happening here. But one of the beautiful things about using smartphones nowadays, and of course good zoom lenses with a good range, is that we have many focal lengths to choose from. I'm using the rear-facing camera right now on the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm at a 0.5x, so we're getting this very wide view. And I could shoot that with some pans so we could get a feel of the location. But then I could go ahead and just sort of lock down or just float that camera a little bit so that we can get something, or on a small tripod, something that's a locked off shot. But then I can go ahead and go to the 1x camera and we can get some closer footage, still at full resolution without degrading the shot too much. Here's 2x, and again, that whole idea. And then if I'm finding some of that dappled light in the countryside, maybe this is where I float the camera a little bit. And then on this particular camera, I can go to 3x, so we can get some even closer shots. So this might be where I'd really sort of lean into those panning shots. Lots of traffic behind me right now, so just understand that. But then if you get a nice frame and there's something that you want to focus on, kind of float the camera in there and you can cut to that shot. So we have a lot of flexibility now with all of these different focal lengths, and it doesn't take a lot to take a few minutes, especially when it's MOS, without sound, when you're filming this stuff. Now, it's getting really loud because a car is parking right next to me, as is the case with production, but that's just the way it goes. Now, the church bells are happening. Maybe that's atmosphere. I purposely stopped speaking then because that actually could be some wild sound that could be advantageous for what we're shooting. And I'm going to dip to black and finish this one up. All right, so there you go. So just make sure you get some footage. And now, of course, for this episode, I'm shooting 16:9 horizontal. But if you have the time and you want to shoot some content for social media, then you might want to go ahead and turn that camera 90 degrees and do the same thing with the vertical video with 9:16, and then that way you have choices. Now, if you're going to finish in 1080 and you're shooting in 4K, you have a little bit of leeway in terms of reframing what you have, especially with B-roll. But you know, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of Lots of Cars, the Daily Drop.